linen made. Red napkins, white table linen, white napkins, red table linen. She could be so exasperating at times. Sometimes I feel she reminds me of a grand empress in her castle.
Alice, you are growing. You are practically a young lady. It isn't befitting for girls like us to behave so impetuously. Do you not know who you are?
Curious. Well, after such a fall as this, I should think nothing of falling downstairs. How brave you all think me at home. Why, I wouldn't say anything even if I fell off the top of the house. Can it be that some things happen and I've opened up the doors to a time and to a place where one can't tell what lies in store?
Alice descends to the bottom of the rabbit hole. Just as she gets herself up, she sees a white rabbit running by and falls.
Oh my goodness, what's this? Oh my goodness!
Alice finds herself in a hallway of doors.
house upon three like a table made of glass. There is a small golden key on it. She picks up the key, considering it. Behind her, there's a small door.
There's a lock upon the latch, and in my hand I hold a key. I shall see if there's a match, and with a turn I will be free. Observer, curious.
Alice tries the key on the door. It works. She puts the key back on the table and peers inside the door.
Oh, what a beautiful garden! But I can't even fit my head through this door. And even if I could, what difference would it be without my shoulders and the rest of me? I wish I could shut myself up like a telescope.
Alice looks back on the table to discover a bottle that has the words "Drink Me" written in a beautifully painted label.
Drink me. Well, it's all very well to say drink me, but I shall look at this whole bottle first to see if it says poison. Oh well. My, what a curious feeling. I must be shutting up like a telescope. I can see that I am shrinking more and more. When I'm small, I hope I'll have strength to open up the door. Intriguing, fatiguing, curious. Curiouser, curiouser, and curiouser. Curious, curiouser, and curious.
All these changes are significant for any girl to handle. If I keep on getting smaller, I shall go out like a candle.
Taller to smaller, curious.
Oh, there's no use in crying like this, and I'm going to stop it right now, this minute.
Alice looks down to see a box that has a cake and has the words "Eat It" written in berries on it.
Well, I'll eat it, and if it makes me grow larger, I can reach the key. And if it makes me grow smaller, I can creep under the door. So either way, I'll get into the garden, and I don't care which happens. Oh, which way, which way? I am growing so much taller that my feet are out of sight, and I shan't know how to manage
which the caterpillar is seated. He is smoking a hookah.
I hardly know, sir. Just at present. At least I know who I was when I got up this morning. But I think I must have been changed several times since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself because I'm not myself, you see?
I don't see.
I'm afraid I can't put it more clearly, for I don't understand it myself to begin with. And being so many different sizes in a day is very confusing.
It isn't.
Well, perhaps you haven't found out so yet, but when you have to turn into a chrysalis, you will someday, you know, and after that, into a butterfly. I should think you'll feel a little strange, won't you?
Not a bit.
Well, perhaps your feelings may be different. All I know is it feels very strange to me.
You? Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why? Come back.
Why?
I have something important to say. Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. So, you think you've changed, do you?
I'm afraid I am, sir. I can't remember things as I used, and I don't keep the same size for 10 minutes together.
What things?
Well, I've tried to say how Doc's a little busy bee, but it all came different.
Let us repeat your old Father William.
Your old Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white.
And yet you incessantly stand on your head. You think at your age it's alright.
In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might enter the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have done why I do it again and again. You are old, Father William. You are old. You are old, Father William. So very old.
You are old to the youth, as I mentioned before, and a provost uncommonly fat.
Yet you turned a back somersault into the door, but what is the reason of that?
In my youth, said the sage, as he shook his gray locks, I kept all my limbs very supple. By the use of this ointment, 1 shilling a box, allow me to sell you a couple. You are old, Father William. You are old. You are old, Father William. So very old.
You are old to the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suets. Yet you finish the goose with the bones and the feet. Pray, how did you manage to do it?
In my youth, said this father, I took to the law and argued each case with my way. And the muscular strength you gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life. You are old, Father William. You are old. You are old, Father William. So very old.
You are old to the youth, one would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever. Yet you balance the needle at the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever?
I have answered your questions and that is enough, said his father, don't give yourself air. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off or I'll kick you downstairs. You are old, Father William. You are old. You are old, Father William. So very old. You are old, Father William. So very old. not said quite right.
Not quite right, I'm afraid. Some words got altered.
It was wrong from beginning to end. So, what size do you want to be?
Oh, I am not particular to size, but one doesn't like changing so often, you know?
I don't know. Are you content now?
Well, I should like to be a little larger, sir. 3 inches is such a good height to be.
It's the perfect size to be.
But I'm not used to it.
You will get used to it in time. One side will make you grow longer, and the other will make you grow smaller.
One side of what? The other side of what?
Of the mushroom.
And now, which is which?
Curious, sir. Curious, sir. Curious, sir, and curious, sir. Curious, curious. Curious, sir, and curious, sir.
Alice comes upon a clearing with a house. While she is wondering what to do next, a footman dressed in livery, who is really a fish, runs up to the door and knocks. Footman 2, also dressed in livery and appearing as a frog, opens the door. There is a distinct racket going on inside. Shouting, sneezing, dishes breaking, and a baby crying.
For the Duchess, an invitation to play croquet with the Queen.
From the Queen, an invitation for the Duchess to play croquet. Oh, there's no use in you knocking. And that for 2 reasons. First, because I'm on the same side of the door as you are. And second, because they're making such a noise inside no one could possibly hear you.
Please, sir, how am I to get in?
Well, there would be some sense in you knocking if we were on different sides of the door. For example, if you were on the inside, I could let you out.
But how am I to get in?
I shall sit here until tomorrow or the next day.
But how am I to get in?
Are you to get in at all? That's the first question, you know.
The whale creatures argue. It's enough to drive one mad.
I shall sit here on and off for days.
But what am I to do?
Why, you can do whatever you like.
Oh, there is no use talking to you. You are perfectly idiotic. Achoo! There's most certainly too much pepper in that soup. Please, would you mind telling me why that cat grins?
It's a Cheshire cat, and that's why, pig.
I didn't know cats could grin.
They all can, and most of them do.
I don't know any that do.
You don't know much, and that's a fact.
Crash! Smash! Crash! Smash! Oh, please, mind what you're doing. Oh, his precious nose.
If everyone would just mind their own business, the world would grow around a lot faster than it does.
Which would
long enough.
What people leave about these parts?
In that direction lives a hatter, and in that direction lives a March hare. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
Well, I don't want to be around mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad, you're mad.
How do you know I'm mad?
You must be, or you wouldn't have come here.
How do you know you're mad?
The explanations I begin showing up from a stunning grin. I keep cool with where it's at. I'm a very clever cat. Cool cat, cool cat. Yeah, I'm a real cool cat. Keep tapping on the hi-hat. The rhythm of this real cool cat. A dog wag its tail will leave, but I like mine for nap and teased. An angry dog will start to howl, but when I'm happy, then I growl. Cool cat, a lazy, crazy cool cat. Keep tapping on the hi-hat. It's madness, real insane. I know myself and my own psyche, and you can call it what you like it. Cool cat, a lazy, crazy cool cat. Keep tapping on the hi-hat. It's madness, real insane. And that is how I know I'm mad. Do you play croquet with the queen today?
I shouldn't like it very much, and I haven't been invited yet.
You'll see me there. By the by, what became of the baby? I really forgot to ask.
It turned into a pig.
I thought it would.
Well, I've seen habits before, so the March hare will be much more interesting. And since it is in May,